Here we go, stage 6B of the Zwift games. This is in category D. I really was not expecting this race to be what it was. So I start the race expecting a normal race, get out the pen, you know, give it some power as usual, getting up to sort of 400 watts just to stay with the leaders. And then as we go around the first few corners, you know, I think everything's normal. And then all of a sudden I see these two power-ups that I've never seen before. So I see two people use one. I decide to use one as well. And then as we go around the corner, I see these like tile things on the floor. So I'm thinking, what on earth are these red and blue tiles? So I see some people, go over a red one and slow down slightly. So I try and target the blue one and you get a speed boost. And that's basically what this race is. I really wasn't expecting it. Just, like an arcade style Zwift race, which is kind of a good idea, but to be honest with you, I really didn't enjoy it for like the first, pretty much all the race until like quite near the end, because I just wanted to do a normal Zwift race. You can see I'm quite near the front at this point, like 5th place, and try and sustain that, but it's so difficult when you keep hitting these red tiles. But I guess, to be fair, that is the purpose of the race. And I was incredibly fatigued for this race as well, because I did a 70k gravel ride at the weekend as well on the Saturday. So I did this race Monday night, I had the Sunday off, so I was really still fatigued from it, so I'm not that able to get the watts that high. I remember like really struggling, and I can't really get my heart rate that high either. I think my heart rate doesn't go as high when fatigued, which I think is pretty normal. So I remember just trying to stay with people and trying to avoid the red tiles, and then trying to ride over the blue ones to get a little boost. But really just wanted a normal Zwift race. I wasn't really a fan of this whole game section of it. It felt a bit like Mario Kart. But I did kind of settle into it towards the end. I remember like in the middle of the race kind of giving up halfway almost, because I was just so fatigued from the weekend. I remember at this point just having a nice free wheel. I remember those kickers as well were actually quite difficult to get over. They had a really steep gradient on them. And people in the comments as well don't seem to be a fan of this either. It is quite a nice idea. It does add some makes it a bit different from just normal Zwift races. But I went into this just expecting a normal crit race, like 15 kilometers, pretty quick. I didn't really have the stamina for it today. My legs were like so fatigued from the weekend. And I ended up just slipping back into 33rd place here. A load of people overtake me, and again, it just depends on which tiles you end up hitting. Obviously you can avoid them with the steering, but it kind of took the focus away from cycling and more onto the steering, avoiding these little like power up tile things that come the way. So you can see that I get a boost and then instantly get shunned with one of the red tiles that slow you down. And again there I just ran over one again, and they flash as well, so they turn from red to blue. So when you see one flashing, you can potentially get it on blue if it was a red one to start with. So it kind of felt like Mario Kart really. And my power's not as high as it has been in other races. Again, I think it's because I was just really fatigued. I remember just chilling at this point and just kind of taking my time with it. I'd put a bit of a effort in there. Then as we skip forward again, other people are making comments about it in the chat. I've just never seen a race like this. I don't know what's going on. I think it must be just this new idea they're putting forward, or maybe it's just for this final stage, because I did all the other Zwift games. They're on my channel as well, so I missed out on stage 1 because I don't think I knew Zwift games was happening or something, but I did all the other stages. I won stage 2, but sadly didn't record it. I think me winning that race is actually what made me want to start recording these races and put them up. So now we're into the final lap of this, and I managed to yeah, stay in 30th place, kind of hovering around there. I remember like putting a bit of an effort in for this final lap just to, yeah, see if I can finish somewhere higher up. You can see as well at the top on the right, if I like overtake someone again, yeah, that guy at the top's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds ahead. So he's either like incredibly good or is just getting really lucky with these power-up things. Because I think that's the problem with this race. It kind of feels more like a game rather than an actual cycling race, because it's just going to be so dependent on which blocks you end up hitting, which I wasn't really a massive fan of, to be honest with this. Again, it's a nice idea, but yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Prefer just like the normal cycling rather than just focusing on like steering and stuff. So I'm into the last 200 meters here, putting a bit of an effort into the finish. I remember steering to try and avoid all these tile things on the floor just to get across the line. Again, put a little bit of a dig in here to try and get across the line, and yeah, end up coming in 31st place. So my power isn't as high here as it would normally be for a short race, but yeah, end up in 31st place, 2.5 watts per kilo. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.